So today we are going to be going over how to get more power on your serve. If you guys stay tuned for the next 10-15 minutes, you guys will be able to get 5, 10, even 20 more miles per hour on that serve. So let's get started. So how do you guys get more power on your serve? First thing, I want you guys to think, are you guys loose or tight when you guys swing? Pause the video and think about it. So when you hit your serve, are you guys tight or are you guys loose? If you're super tight, you are sacrificing a lot of power when you hit. You need to let the racket work for you. You don't work for the racket, right? So next time you guys go out on court, tip number one, I want you guys to think that you guys are being loose, okay? So I'm gonna go out, I'm just gonna serve a couple balls, and I'm going to make sure that I'm loose. A little bit looser than I am when I serve, okay? So I want you guys to think that you're loose. That's tip number one. Tip number two is I want you guys to think about where you guys are lined up when you serve. I see a lot of students do this wrong, and if you guys don't already do this, you guys will be able to hit a bigger serve, all right? When you guys line up for the serve, you guys want to make sure that everything, your toes, your feet, everything is lined up to that right net post if you're a right-handed player. If you're a lefty, you guys want to make sure that everything's lined up to the left-handed net post. What too many players do and why they sacrifice speed, right, is because they're lined up to their target. Everything is pointed to their target. When everything's pointed to their target, they're using all of their arm. It's all arm. So next time you guys are out on court, if you're a right-hand player, line up to the right net post. If you guys are lefty, line up to the left net post. It's going to allow your body to rotate, right? So if I'm lined up straight to the box, I'm using all my arm. But if I'm lined up to that right net post when I serve, it's going to allow my whole body to rotate around. Once again, so I'm lined up to the right net post, and when I serve, I'm going to be able to rotate my whole body around when I hit. So once again, just to review, number one, we want to be loose. Number two, we want to make sure that we're lined up to our dominant side net post, all right? Tip number three, how do you guys get power for the serve? It's all in the legs. You guys have to use your legs if you guys want to get power. Too many players, they use too much of their arms. I want you guys to think about their legs. There's different ways to do it. Federer, he starts out in front and rocks onto the back foot. You have Kyrgios or Karlovic, they start really forward and then they move back. I like to teach all my students a simple way, right? When you guys are serving, you guys want to think. You start all your weights on your front foot, then you rock back to your back foot, and then you push off, right? So you're distributing, you're transferring your weight from your front foot to your back foot, and then you're pushing off. So I want you guys to go out on court. You guys don't even need a ball. You'll get more power on your serve by doing this. And again, you're going to lean on your front foot, then you're going to load on your back foot, and then go up and serve. Once again, I'm going to lean on my front foot, I'm going to load on my back foot, then push off and serve. By doing that, I'm going to be able to get more power on my serve because I'm learning how to use your legs. If you guys want to hit kick, you guys got to get into your legs even more. All power from the serves comes from momentum and your legs. It has nothing to do with how fast you're swinging the racket. Nothing to do with the strength of your arm, okay? You're going to pull out your shoulder. It's not going to be sustainable. Next thing, I see a lot of people sacrifice power because they're afraid to get the ball in, right? When you guys want to hit a second serve or anything like that, what do? We start slowing down our racket speed, right? We start slowing it down, trying to get the ball in. You guys need to make sure that your racket is fluid, right? A great drill to make sure your racket is fluid is I want you guys to just go up, pretend that you're going to serve, and then once you're done your motion, just bring it around. So it's called the figure eight drill. So just serve and do a couple figure eights, so you can get that fluidity, right? You just want to be really fluid when you serve. I like to tell all my students, pretend you're cracking a whip, right? You want to bring it back and then crack it. You don't want to just slow it down, all right? When you guys swing, I don't know if we can pick it up on the mic, but when you're swinging, you want to be able to hear the air against your racket. If you can't hear it, you're going too slow. So once again, you guys need to be going fluid. And this kind of reverts to our first tip, right? Is what? You guys want to be loose, right? So make sure we are fluid and make sure we're loose, right? So we're serving, I'm super fluid, and I'm loose. I gotta go up higher. I'm super fluid and loose. I'm super fluid and loose. If you guys can be a little bit more fluid, a little bit more looser, you guys will be able to get at least 5, 10 miles per hour on your serve, okay? So the next thing that I want you guys to do, I want you guys to make sure, check, go video record yourself and see, are you following through for your serve? For the forehand, I explain this in all my other videos. You want to come over the shoulder for the backhand. You want to come over the shoulder. Guys, the same concept applies for the serve. You guys need to make sure that you're following through every single time. So how do we follow through for a serve? You come down across your body, all right? You come under your opposite arm. What too many players do is that they serve, they stop right here, they serve, they stop over here. In order to get the maximum power and maximum consistency, you guys have to make sure that you're following through. So I'm going to serve, and every single time I'm going to finish under the opposite arm. A great drill to make sure that you do this, go up to the court, right? And all you're going to do is you're going to serve and you're going to catch the racket under your left arm. You see how I catched it under my opposite arm? Let's do 2 more. Here we are. So I'm going to serve, and again, I'm going to catch the racket under my opposite arm. That ensures that I'm following through every single time, okay? Another way that you can ensure that you follow through is the butt cap tip. I tell all my students the butt cap tip for the forehand. This is the butt cap tip serve edition, all right? So when you guys serve and I follow through and I finish, I want you guys to look, where is my butt cap pointing? My butt cap's pointing directly to the racket, okay? So go out on court and do 2 different drills. Number 1, I want you guys to follow through and catch the racket under your opposite arm. Or number 2, I want you guys to think about the butt cap again. When I serve and I follow through, I'm pointing my butt cap to where I want to hit. Again, that's going to ensure that you guys follow through every single time. If you guys can follow through more, you guys will have a bigger serve. Another great tip, this is an instant tip that you guys can automatically get 5, 10 more miles per hour on your serve. Use your body, not just your arm. Use your momentum, right? What I want you guys to do is after you serve, I want you guys to walk forward towards your target. And let me say it again, one more time. You want to walk forward towards your target. You do not just want to walk straight. A lot of players, what they do when they serve, they hit, and they walk to the side, right? You want to, all your momentum, everything going towards your target, right? So you're going to serve, and after you're done, you're going to walk directly to your target. So here we are, watch this. So instead of doing this, this is what many players do. They serve, and that's it, right? I'm going to serve, and when I serve, I'm going to walk everything to my target. That if I kept on walking, I would walk directly to where I want to hit it. Guys, by doing that, you guys are using your momentum. You guys are using your body. You're not just using your arm anymore. If you guys have any shoulder problems, this is going to help you tremendously, okay? Also, if you're a doubles player, right? Here's a good doubles tip. You kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Watch, so I'm going to serve. I'm going to walk forward towards my target. Where am I? I'm in a better position for my first volley, all right? So for these doubles players watching, I want you guys to think as well. Again, you want to serve and make sure that you fall towards your target. You're going to be able to get more power and less on your arm, and you'll be in a better position, all right? So 3 good things in 1, okay? Last thing that we're going to do, okay? Another way to instantly generate power is you guys can snap your wrist, all right? I'm sure everyone already snaps their wrist. If you don't snap your wrist, start snapping your wrist, right? What is the wrist snap, right? So I go up for the serve, I'm going to make contact, and what do? I snap the wrist, right? It's pronation, right? If you guys don't already do it, it's going to make a big difference. You'll get more power. If you guys do it, all right, you guys are like, Tyler, I already snapped my wrist. Guys, I want you to think about snapping it more, okay? So when you guys are serving, just think that you're going up to the ball, and then all you're doing is snapping the wrist, all right? It's like the flick of the wrist, like Ben Simmons, right? I'm a Sixers fan. Well, Ben Simmons is horrible. He's probably going to be off the Sixers next year because he sucks at shooting jumpers, right? But guys, you guys want to make sure that you're snapping the wrist down, all right? So I just want you guys to go out and think, want to get some more power on the serve. All we're thinking is more of a wrist snap, okay? Once again, that was a let. More of a wrist snap. One more. I'm just snapping my wrist down every single time. By snapping my wrist down, I'm going to be able to have a bigger serve, all right? We're going to do one more bonus tip, all right? And guys, if you guys are beginner servers, try this, see what happens. But if you're more intermediate and advanced, this is really gonna help you, all right? It's by tucking your non-hitting arm into your body. When you guys try this tip, I want you to give it like 2, 3, 4, 5 tries. Again, if it confuses you, act like I never said, all right? This tip works for some people, doesn't work for others, right? They're tips. So what I want you to do when you serve, right? You go up, you toss the ball. What you're going to do is you're going to tuck your non-hitting arm into your body, kind of like you got hit in the ribs, right? So I'm gonna toss, I'm gonna go up to my serve, I'm gonna tuck my non-hitting arm into my body. By doing so, it's gonna serve as a counterweight and accelerate my racket. So I want you to think that you're going to toss, and then you're going to tuck that, again, non-hitting arm into your body, and again, it's gonna serve as a counterweight and speed up your racket speed, right? It's an easy way to generate more racket speed with your current motion. And just instead of just keeping it there, you're gonna toss, and once again, you're just going to tuck it in real quick and speed it up. So here we are, let's try it out, right? So I'm gonna toss and tuck. Once again, I'm gonna toss and tuck. Actually, before I do this, right, I want you guys to give a disclaimer. When many of my students do this tip, they tuck it in too soon, right? Let me explain, right? So if I tuck this non-hitting arm in too soon, where's my body gonna go? It's gonna go down, right? I'm going to net the ball. You guys gotta make sure when you guys do this tip, you guys go up first and then you tuck, right? So it's toss, up, and then tuck. Don't just tuck your arm in too soon. You're gonna collapse, all right? So let's demonstrate, all right? Just an easy way to get a little bit more power on our serve, right? So I'm going to toss, everything's to the right side, right? And I'm just going to tuck my hitting arm into my body. Okay, so my ball went into the net. So what happened? I tucked it in too soon. So I gotta keep my arm up for a split second longer and then tuck it in. So I'm gonna toss. There we are, all right. So by tucking your non-hitting arm into your body, it's going to give you some more power, all right? Not one of my favorite tips myself. It doesn't, I don't know, I have a little bit of trouble with this sometimes, but that is a great tip to do. It works with all my students. So guys, once again, we worked on lining up to the right net post. We're being loose, we're getting into our legs, you're starting forward, then rocking backward, then moving forward. We're thinking about our momentum. You're gonna have more momentum. Think that you're carrying your motion. You're not keeping it short. You're not slowing, lagging down your motion, right? You guys are following through. You guys are making sure you fall into the court. And lastly, like we just said, we're going to toss and tuck. Let's give it 3 more tries. I want to get this for you guys, all right? So here we are. So we are going to toss and tuck, all right? So we're going to toss the ball up. 2 more. Go toss. And 1 more. Toss. There we are. All right. So that is the toss and tuck. Guys, if you guys have any comments or questions, please let me know in the comments below. I put my Instagram in the description. Guys, make sure you guys follow Tennis with Tyler on Instagram. We have tons of tips, tons of reels. Guys, have a good one and happy hitting and get more power on your serves.